Hey kids, I'm so excited about today's lesson. It's all about being strong and healthy. How many of you think you're pretty strong? I bet a lot of you have muscles out there showing them off right now, aren't you? Well, you guys are looking great. But I have another question for you. Have you ever been told that in order to be strong and healthy, that you have to be careful what kind of food you eat? If you want to be healthy and strong, you do have to think about the things that you put in your body. You really do need a nice, healthy diet, right? Maybe some of your parents have gone on a diet recently, or maybe not a diet, but they've started watching what they eat instead of eating more snacks, sweets, and things like that, or sodas. They're deciding that they're wanting to eat better. Maybe it's because they were feeling bad, or maybe they put on a few extra pounds and they were trying to think about living a healthier life. Well, it does really matter what you put into your body. Well, today we're going to learn all about an important diet that all of us need to be on. That's right. We're going to be talking about a diet, but it's a little different than when we're talking about actual food that we put into our body. You see, it's so true that whatever you put in is exactly what is going to come out. Not only does that go for our bodies, but it also goes for our spirits as well. If you want to live a strong and healthy life as a Christian, you have to be super careful what you put in your mind and what you put in your heart. That goes for music, movies, conversation, whatever. So in our lesson today and in our lesson next week, we're going to be learning all about how God wants us to follow His diet for our lives. We have to only put on things that are pure, holy, and right in our minds and in our hearts. But right now, we're going to check in with some friends about what this week's power verse is.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
My name is Sven.
my name is Glenn. We're here to pop
you up.
Yeah, look at that.
Glenn and I are power lifters.
Yeah, we love the power bus.
Yeah. You gonna teach today's power of us?
Yeah, but first, I'm going to tell a joke.
Oh, I love jokes. Tell me, Glenn, tell me.
Here we go. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Vanda!
Vonda who?
Vanda here today's power bus? yeah.
I get it. Tell me.
Yeah, today's power bus says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Romans 12:2.
Whoa, that was a very powerful powder verse. Hey, Glenn,
What?
you know what?
What?
We need their help. I need all of you
Oh.
to stand up. Come on, get up right now on your pretty toes. Get up right now. We're going to do the powder verse together, but you have to do jumping jacks.
Yeah, like this.
While you say the powder verse, just like he's doing. Are you ready? Get ready to do the powder verse and jumping jacks at the same time, just like he's doing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Romans 12:2.
Ah, very nice. Good job. Sit down.
But don't sit down for long, alright? Yeah, now we need you to stand back up and do the power verse while doing squats.
like this.
Yeah, everyone hates leg day, but it's important. Yeah, like that. So everyone, go like this and say the power verse with us on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Romans 12:2. Yeah, feel the burn.
It's burning.
It looks good. All right, everyone, stop. up, take a breather, sit down, good job.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, do you know this is a very important verse?
It truly is.
Yeah, it's all about the amazing God diet.
That's right. You see, we can't watch or listen to things that make us more like the world. We have to watch and listen to things that make us more like Jesus.
Yeah, we have to fill our brains with good things. Good
right.
things.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it is. So, boys and girls, I need your help. Everyone stand back up. Yeah, break us over. We're gonna do something very difficult. We are going to do push-ups
Ooh, I love push-ups.
with our eyebrows. Yeah, like this. Yeah, or for very advanced people, like this.
Oh, I got you, brother.
Yeah, all right. Everyone stand up on the count of 3.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Romans 12:2.
Oh, that was very good. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Oh, my face is on fire.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Well, boys and girls, it's time for me and my brother Sven to go.
That's right. But remember, until we're here to teach another amazing power verse, my name is Ben.
My name is Glenn.
And we'll see you next time when we pop you up.
Yeah!
Woo!
Today's Bible story is found in the book of Daniel, chapter 1. You might have heard of the man named Daniel in the Bible. Well, this is a story of a very young Daniel and his 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Those names are kind of different, aren't they? Bet you've never had any friends with those names. These young men were part of the thousands of Hebrew people who were taken from their home in Judah and forced to go to the country of Babylon. Now, the king of Babylon, he was a man named Nebuchadnezzar. Now, King Nebuchadnezzar, he was a mean and evil man. He did not believe in our God. And in fact, he didn't believe in our God, but he worshiped false gods. He chose a large group of young men to come to his palace to be his personal servants. Well, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were among them. Now, King Nebuchadnezzar told the young men, "You will all eat the food and drink the wine that I give you." Well, see, there was a very big problem with this. The meat and wine that King Nebuchadnezzar wanted to give them was against their religion to eat or drink. So Daniel approached the chief of staff, a man named Ashpenaz, and told him, "I would like permission to eat only the food that God has commanded us to eat." You see, Daniel didn't want to eat the food and wine that was against his religion. He didn't want to put into his body anything that was not approved by God. But Ashpenaz was afraid of the king, for good reason. He didn't want to get in trouble for not giving the young men the food and wine that the king had ordered them to eat and drink. So this is what Daniel did. Daniel made a deal. He said, "Ashpenaz, let my friends and I eat only the food approved by our God. And at the end of 10 days, I want you to compare us to the other young men. And if we are not stronger and healthier than they are at the end of 10 days, then we will eat the food and wine of the king." So Ashpenaz agreed to the deal. And at the end of the 10 days, Daniel and his friends stood before King Nebuchadnezzar. And the king was so pleased with how strong and healthy they were that he placed them in high positions of authority. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? Well, from that point on, Daniel and his friends were allowed to eat the food that they chose, the food that was approved by God. Now, they grew in wisdom and respect in the king's court. And next week, we're going to learn a little bit more about how each one of us must be careful about our diet as well, not with what we put in our stomachs. Now, we don't need to be eating a lot of junk food all day, or we probably are going to get a stomach ache, but with what we put in our minds and our hearts. And it's going to be a very important lesson. So I hope you join me back next week to find out a little bit more.